Me over, or a word to guide me in. I wanna feel the changes coming down. I wanna know what I've been hiding. My shadow, change is coming through. My shadow, shedding skin. I've been picking my scabs again. I wanna feel the change consume me, feel the outside turning in. I wanna feel the metamorphosis and cleansing I've endured in. My shadow, change is coming through. Now it's my time, listen to my muscle memory. Contemplate what I've been clinging to. 46 and 2 ahead of me. I choose to live and to grow, take and give and to move, learning, loving in my own chaotic insecure delusions for a peace to move through. I wanna feel the change just come in me. I wanna know what I've been, I wanna know what I've been, I wanna know what I've been hiding. In my shadow, changing, stretching up and over me. Soften this old armor, hoping I can clear the way. By stepping through my shadow, coming out the other side. Step into the shadow, 46 and 2 are just ahead of me. Going in my shadow, changing, stretching up and over me. Soften the soul armor, hoping I can clear the way by. Stepping through my shadow, coming out the other side. Step into the shadow, 46 and 2 are just ahead of me. See my shadow changing, stretching up and over me. Soften this old armor, hoping I can clear the way. By stepping through my shadow, coming out the other side. Step into the shadow, 46 and 2 are just ahead of me.
We're all at good time. Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide your scars to fade away the shaker. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to hide the scars to fade away the shake-up. You wanted to, why'd you leave the keys upon the table? You wanted to. I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. I'll wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away the. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to hide the scars to fade away the shake-up. You wanted to, why'd you leave the keys upon the table? You wanted to. I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. In my self-righteous suicide, I cry when angels deserve to die. myself, righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die. Mommy don't know Daddy's getting hot at the body shop. They're doing something unholy. He like it, yeah. He like it, yeah. He like it, yeah. He like it, yeah. Lucky girl, she got married to a boy like you. She'd kick you out if she ever knew about all the you tell me that you do. Dirty boy, you know everyone is talking on the scene. I hear them whispering about the places that you've been and how you don't know how to keep your business clean. Mommy don't know Daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. He sat back while she's dropping it. She be popping it, yeah, she put it down slowly. Oh, he left his kids at oh, so he can get that. Mommy don't know Daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy.
Daddy, if you want it, drop the addy. Give me love, give me Fendi, my Balenciaga. Daddy, you gon' need to back it up, 'cause I'm spending all my day, oh. You can watch me back it up, I'll be gone in the AM. He give me Prada, give me Miu like Rihanna. He always call me 'cause I never cause no drama. And when you want it, baby, know I got you covered. And when you need it, baby, just jump under the covers.
Mommy don't know Daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. He sat back while she's dropping it. She be popping it, yeah, she put it down slowly. Oh, he left his kids at oh, so he can get that. Mommy don't know Daddy's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. Waters of chaos have invaded our space. The flood on earth again. I have to find the whales that once did guide us to the dry lands of life. I won't despair, I'll break this dark ground under heavy sea. I'll search the flight of whales beneath the seas. I searched and had a different view of us on earth, the sinking ship of men. But it's beyond the stars. I found the place where they were, and they finally came to light. Over the winds, they dwell in light, like the arrow in the sky. I found myself on higher
This
ground.
is XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the XboxEra podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything XboxEra does is only made possible by our community and the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our executive producers and MVPs are an amazingly generous bunch, only shown up by the incredible support of our grand benefactors, Cryat56 and Assassin Entertainment. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely XboxEra CEO, Torn Raptor. This community is the best one on the internet, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra and pledge your support. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of XboxEra.
I just realized you're coming out of your webcam microphone.
You tell me as we go live.
You hadn't been talking into the microphone, so it wasn't that obvious. Now it is.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of XboxEra Headlines. The date today is April the 8th, 2025, and Jesse and I are going to be talking you through all of the latest in gaming news from across the industry. So Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, PC, it's all here. As a bonus for our wonderful Patreon members, we make audio versions of these episodes available to them via Patreon to listen to in their preferred podcast app. But if you're on Spotify, you can link your account and listen to it there instead. If you would like to support a fiercely independent publication like ours, you can head to patreon.com/XboxEra. We would love it if you did. If not, hitting that like button just to start off the show would be the least you could do. Good morning to everybody on the other side of the pond. It's a lovely 17 degrees here in the UK, and it's very sunny all week and into the weekend, hopefully. Been enjoying it. Got the kids off for half term, so apologies in advance for any interruptions. Hi, Jesse. How are you?
I'm all right. A little tired.
Doing all right. Good.
This eye always is in shadow and looks black now.
It's like someone's punched you in the face. Panda Jesse. There you go. Just like that the entire time. Why not? A little bit of housekeeping before we get started on things with all of the XboxEra focused news. Little bits and pieces. So we discussed it at length on Saturday's XboxEra podcast, but South of Midnight is out today in a few hours. So if you have not had a chance to play yet and you did not purchase the premium early access edition, it is dropping on Game Pass in a few hours time. You can check out our review on xboxera.com. In I don't know, a couple of sentences or less, Jesse, what would you say to folks that are maybe tuning in today, didn't watch the mainline show? Is it worth checking out South of Midnight?
I think it is. I beat it in roughly 8 hours, but I'm really bad at exploring and good at combat. It's a really smart, clever, well-written, touching story game that has moments of okay combat and okay platforming. It's gorgeous if you've got a good, say, OLED especially, but anything with HDR. It is just stunning to look at, which never hurts. The music's great. The voice acting's real good. It is a massive step up for Compulsion, and I think pretty much well worth checking out for damn near anyone.
Awesome. Yeah, I've only played, I think, like up to chapter 4 or something. But yes, the story and everything that Jesse said there rings true thus far for me. Unfortunately, my playtime for South of Midnight got interrupted by the game of the freaking year, Blueprints, which is out on April 10th, so 2 days' time. The reviews dropped everywhere, and suddenly was like, what is this game? How have I never heard of it? oh, it's the highest rated game on Metacritic this year. And that is true. It has taken the top spot with a
God damn it.
92 rating.
My
on
C
Metacritic.
drive is full, so the audio version of this show is going to go up late because it just stopped recording.
Oh, that's okay. We can figure
Yeah,
it out.
I need to now very quickly figure out why the hell it's full again. I think it's cache clips from. Yep, there's many hundreds of gigabytes of clips inside of DaVinci for no good reason. Every time I try and do proxy videos now, it just uses up my entire C drive, and I don't understand why. So I'm deleting 607 gigabytes of cache clips.
I never edit with a proxy. Go figure. Anyway, yeah, Blueprints is a architectural adventurer puzzling game with some roguelike elements.
You know what people are calling
it?
Metroid Brainia.
Yeah, I've heard the
like
Metroid Brainia phase. I don't know if it's going to catch on,
No,
but it is a very
It's
smart, intricately designed game that I would and have fervently recommended. It earned a 10 out of 10 from me. I would genuinely, if the button on our plugin for WordPress would go to 11, I would give it one. It is one of the best games I have ever played in my life. And I say that with no sense of silliness or lightheartedness. Genuinely, from a design perspective, just the atmosphere, the music, it is why I play video games. It absolutely blew my mind. And I'd love to talk more about it. I have spoken to the publishers, and I've requested to do a 1v1 interview with Tonda Ross, who is the video game director. They've been working on it for 8 years at his studio. I'm hoping he doesn't want to talk spoilers, so I'm like, well, let's give it a couple of weeks.
You
maybe
made
end of
the
month.
little animation blue, but not available on Game Pass Blue. Oh my god!
No, I tried it. It didn't look right, so I didn't.
Wow.
But yes, I'm going to try and get an interview sorted, but it will be a couple of weeks down the line where we can talk at least openly to a certain point, because there's so much.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much. There's so many layers to this game that
drive me a little crazy is people in the press that seem to think the game was out on the 7th, or like when embargo was, but the game's not actually out for another 3 days. And They're just talking about, wow, I found this and I found this. And I was like, let people experience it. Yeah. It's a puzzle game. If you start saying the cool puzzle things you found.
I mean, no writer, and I certainly didn't. No one likes to say, hey, trust me, it's brilliant, but I'm not going to tell you anything. So I actually found writing the review difficult in many ways, because a lot of the time you can at least give hints and flavors. But this was the first time genuinely that it wasn't just I was spoiling a plot beat or something. It was the very nature. Like, I'll give you an example. There was someone on Twitter saying, hey, translate the game into whatever language that isn't English. And I was like, that was a conversation that was had in the press Discord. And it is a desire of the team to do that. But without spoiling it, all I can say is right now, it is so massively unlikely for a multitude of reasons. And I can't even explain why, because that's a spoiler. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, that's how intricate this game is. So, I appreciate it's not going to be for everyone, but it is absolute. I played so 5
hours and got bored.
I'm so glad that I snapped it from you. I genuinely am.
I literally handed it to you.
Well, nabbed.
Nope.
Handed.
Nope. Just straight up handed.
See, what I put in the YouTube comments is true. He hits me if I try and take any games. Yeah. Blueprints. Check it out. Game Pass Day 1 and PlayStation Plus if you're playing there on Thursday. Thursday? Thursday. Yeah. 10th. What else? Speaking of interviews, earlier this afternoon, I released our latest episode of 1v1. If you've never heard of that series before, it is our kind of interview platform where we kind of have some one-on-one conversations with developers of all shapes and sizes. Today was a conversation with Clemen Loza, who is the CEO of Tower Games. They are working on a bullet hell, so think Vampire Survivors, Brotato, game called Let Them Come Onslaught, which is being published by Digital Banditos. There's a demo out on Steam if you want to check it out. Unlike a lot of other bullet hell games, this is 3D, but a sort of slightly slanted angle. So positioning becomes even more important. It's very pretty. And it's quite good fun. It's Unreal Engine 5, and it's pretty cool. And we had a good conversation for about half an hour. Interview is up on XboxEra.com. I would appreciate it if all of you lovely people could go give that a read. And you can obviously check out the full uncut, unedited video interview on the YouTube channel after this show, though, because, why would you do that? Elsewhere, last piece of housekeeping. It gives me great pleasure today. People would have noticed in our community Discord, Console Wars, the card game, is officially shipping. People are receiving their shipping notifications. I got my one. So our partner here in the UK called Zatu Games is shipping the game out. It's on its way. And I would imagine a lot of people, particularly in the UK, will have their copies by tomorrow, which is like, it's super exciting. I'm super nervous and full of like butterflies and stuff, but I'm beyond excited to see people getting hold of the game. For our American friends, I'm pleased to say that copies for the US, Canada, and Mexico have arrived. They're in New York as of this morning, my time, so early hours. They're going to be making their way over to our fulfillment partner over there called Flying Cloud, who will then be doing their shipping on their side of things to get the game out to you. I would expect them to be in your hands over the course of next week. So not too bad. Press reviews and things like that, we're targeting for a release of May 12th. So that's articles in magazines and on websites and on YouTube videos. And then that should coincide with the Amazon store going live and everyone being able to buy it at retail. In the US, it'll be $1,000. I can't think why. But otherwise, everywhere else, it'll be like 20 quid. So have fun. I'm really excited. So yay. Anyways, that's, I think, all the housekeeping. Have I covered everything? What else?
We're doing the Triple I initiative on Thursday after headlines. So headlines will be at 10, have an hour break. And then the Triple I initiative is at noon Eastern US, 5 p.m. John time. And we'll watch that together.
Yes. Okay. Oh, and last thing, just because I saw Ferry Empire did it. If you're into your Monster Energy Supercross motorbike games, the Motocross 25, Supercross 25 review from Milestone and from Ferry Empire, aka Yozo Baki, is out on the website. You can read it. It dropped yesterday. So if you're into your motorbike racing games, there's a full review and write up. He is. He loves them.
That's how he says his name, I think.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like I'm
Gyozo.
Sort of mock Italian. Gyozo. Yeah, like that. I feel like I'm.
It's not an Italian name. Giz.
I know, it's just Hungarian, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
In your attempts to be better, you've only been worse.
But if you didn't point it out, it would have just carried on.
I have to. Not pointing out is complicity.
Why? Oh, how performative of you.
Yeah. Look, I get it. The world sucks.
All right, let's talk.
The world sucks. People only have so much mental bandwidth. Everyone's a little tired.
Yeah. Let's talk video game news, shall we? Nintendo. It's a Nintendo themed couple of weeks, and maybe the rest of this year. A lot of this you guys have probably already read on the internet, but we haven't spoken news on headlines since Thursday.
And there was only Nick talking on Saturday.
That's true. And a lot has happened since then. Nintendo have delayed pre-orders in the United States due to the ongoing whims of the US government announcing and then delaying, then reinforcing, then increasing tariffs across multiple countries and regions in an effort to bring manufacturing back to the United States. Whether that will work or not,
no.
Who knows? But in the interim period, Nintendo have just cancelled slowly or delayed the pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the United States.
They have not delayed the launch, just when you can pre-order it here.
Yeah, probably because they're going to change the price. Whoops.
Which a lot of people thought they weren't going to because or at least as much, because the assumption was that they had already baked in the expected tariffs into the $450 price. But Doug Bowser, who has been full on Don Matricking it this weekend.
They are full on like emulating the 2013 Xbox One
as much as they can get. They literally said, "Hey, we know the Switch 2 is going to be expensive. The tariffs were in a reason. There's just a whole bunch of things.
We have a console for that.
We still have the Switch 1 available for people who can't afford the Switch 2. Just like between the smart glass in Zelda, the focus on the camera, the microphone, the digital game sharing, and now the Don Matric pointing back to the 360. It's been a ride, right? I saw Chris Scullion saying, "How many fingers does this monkey paw have?" Because everyone was super excited. It was a good Switch 2 Direct for Switch fans. Like, Nintendo fans were happy. And then almost everything that's come out afterwards has been bad.
Yeah, it's been very poorly managed, I think, by Nintendo. Not all of it's Nintendo's fault, but I certainly question some of the design decisions they've made. Nintendo have confirmed that tariffs aren't the reason that the Switch 2 costs as much as it costs. That's the wrong link, but okay. I would tell you what it says, but I can't.
No.
I can't tell you.
I wonder which one I copied over there. 1 second. It's from VGC, of course. They have had like 900. They've been all over.
Well, VGC do love the old Nintendos, don't they?
They've been going crazy. They've also said that the Welcome Tour's $10 US price is not exorbitant because it had a lot of love and care put into it.
Yes. Okay. Tariffs aren't the reason. It's just the technology, the bigger screen, the pads. It was a usual PR type answer. They've officially confirmed that the Switch 2 Joy-Cons will not feature Hall effect sticks.
They were never going to, and also people are like, "Oh, that they wouldn't," because no. Regular Hall effects break all the time. They don't drift, which is awesome, but they are weaker and they just don't work. Like, they will break. That's why Razer don't call their magnetic sticks Hall effect, because they made their own that don't break as much using the same technology, but they really had to focus and hunker down to keep them from breaking.
Austin T in the chat. So what is the Switch 2 specs comparable to? Well, it's not comparable to a PS4 Pro. Look, I mean,
according to Nick, it is.
Yeah, I know.
Nick thinks it's better than a Series S.
Yeah, it's not. Because at the end of the day, it's designed to never pull more than 30 watts, and that's out of the wall. Most of the time it's running in handheld mode, that's 17. So you just got to, engage brain. But I'm no tech expert. Look to Digital Foundry for.
You would hope it would be above or like around-ish, because they can subsidize the cost. So you would hope it would be around like an Ally.
Yeah, well, according to Abdul in the chat, it's comparable to a Steam Deck.
It's a little ahead of a Steam Deck. The Steam Deck wasn't great when it was new. The one advantage it has, it's got a little more memory bandwidth than like the Ally and other stuff. Though the Ally X is higher on specs and the Legion Go is higher. So it's somewhere in the middle of all the handhelds. Maybe it's a little above because it's now the newest one and it's NVIDIA. But even then, like, most of the games aren't going to use DLSS because DLSS isn't free. Like, it has a computational cost to use. So unless you really need it, it's not going to be worth it. Also, DLSS works better the more information you have. So if you're going from 720p to 1080p, it doesn't change that much. If you're going from 1800p to 4K, it works pretty well because you have so much more information, even 1440p. Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting ride for these guys. Other confirmations are that the top USB-C cannot do video output, which is very disappointing. And physical Nintendo Switch 2 edition games are reportedly Switch 1 carts with codes in.
Yeah, now there's been a back and forth that they might be switched because it was a service rep who said Switch 1 carts with a code in the box, but now other people have intimated might be a Switch 2 cart, because it would be weird to remake more and just give a code when you're already making new carts. I don't know. It should, because also the Switch 2 versions are supposed to, like, everything reads faster. It's a faster tech, so it would be weird to do that.
Yeah. I also read that their virtual game cards, whatever they call them, game share cards, where you can copy a game onto it, they can be resold, lent.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, it is weird when the game's 11 gigabytes and your base cart is 16. Why wouldn't you just use a base cart? It's just to save money.
Yeah.
But also, Nick really thinks it's better than a Series S, and it's like, no, Nick, it's not. If they made a more robust system and pulled 100 watts from the wall, probably, but then it would cost a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, it already costs more than a Series S.
Yeah, like a lot more. Yeah, it's been a hell of a car crash of a reveal, I think, for the Switch 2. And I think anyone that says, no, it's been great, it hasn't been. And last but not least, for those that love Hollow Knight Silksong and are looking forward to playing it on their Xbox or their PlayStation 5, some slightly frustrating news is that what have I done? Silksong. I'm not talking about Hollow Knight. I don't know why I wrote that. Panic over. I'm not talking about Silksong. I'm talking about Hades 2. Good Lord. Sorry. My bad.
Silksong's news is that it will be on the original Switch, which of course it will, because any modern computer can run the first game at like 900 FPS.
Yeah. But if you wanted to play Hades 2 on your Xbox or PlayStation 5, I'm afraid you're going to have to wait a little while. They have confirmed that is Switch exclusive for now.
It's a Switch. It's
so it's
like the
launching
first. Yeah, launching first is how they put it, and it's exactly how the first one went. And it was annoying then. It's annoying now.
It's frustrating that they're doing that again. It's like, why would I mean the amount of money that Nintendo must have offered must have been fairly sizable.
They're not big, so like they're not like a big company. So I'm guessing focusing on one platform is probably just easiest. Because I mean, it's not one platform. It's also PC.
Abdul, clipping that. Don't clip it, mate. Don't clip it. Don't do that to me.
You hadn't gotten all the way there. You had said something about Silksong.
I'm a tired old man trying to do his best. Well, come on.
I really liked Hades 2 when I played it in early access, and I haven't touched it since because I realized how much I don't like playing things in early access. I'll just wait.
Yeah, it's one of the I love Towerborn. Right, I really am. I'm looking forward to that release coming out April 29th. Like the games just aren't stopping. But that's a game I've put in, I want to say like 30 hours in early access, and I know it's getting wiped, and that makes me sad. It makes me sad. But I also know that it's going to be very different because I'll be able to play with casually whenever I want across a multitude of devices, and it's permanent now because this is the launch or effectively of game preview, which means hopefully no more wipes.
Our early access will be. Yeah, that's why I haven't bothered that much.
Yeah, I agree with you though. Like early access is really cool in some regards, but when you're dealing with progression wipes, it's pain. Like it's not the best. But there you go. That's all of the Switch 2 news I can think of from what I've read and Jesse has collected here. Fun times. Yeah.
God, there's so many. Speaking of early access, I get to friggin' claim your review key for Wisdom Academy early access. It's like get like 30 of these a day. It's so hard. There's so many early access PC games that show up in the mail. It's like 20 a day sometimes.
Yeah. I feel bad as well because there are so many PR companies and developers that are like, hey, can you cover this? And like, we'd love to. Mm-hmm. Like at the moment, I'm trying to get some sort of gameplay together for Commando's Origins, which is dropping on Game Pass tomorrow. I had a quick go last night. I can't talk too much about it yet because of embargoes and things of that nature. But like, it's a fairly lengthy strategy game, right? And there's no way I'm going to be able to get a full I've completed this review out by tomorrow. So I don't know quite where I'm going to be landing with that one, but we'll try and get something.
Why is everything we get invited to right during headlines?
Why? What have we been invited to?
A smaller game coming to Game Pass later in the year, doing a thing.
Oh, okay, that's all right. That's fine.
It's always during headlines.
What, the emails come in?
No, the event.
Oh, yeah. That's because headlines is at the prime point of the day where people are ready to rock and roll, man.
Not really the West Coast. It's friggin' 7 a.m. on California.
Yeah. In other news, the persistent rumor of an Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake it continues to persist, with Jeff Grubb wading in, corroborating reports that have been seen elsewhere from folks like Nate the Hate or Andy Robinson over at VGC, and has said that it's his understanding, and I'm paraphrasing here because, you know, I like to do that sort of thing. The man with the lovely hair said something in the lines of, yeah, this could be released any time now, like pretty soon. So it sounds like it's ready. The question is, are Microsoft going to drop an Oblivion remake just randomly in April just because, or are they going to wait to the 20th anniversary in, what was it, June? That feels more reasonable to me. Like, hey, yeah, let's just hold on to it. We'll release it during the June showcase. It'll make everybody happy. People will be talking about it. Like, I don't, and I could be wrong. I don't know. But it makes no sense to me to just randomly drop it on a Thursday.
Especially right around when one of your bigger things that you put in the Dev Direct is coming out.
Exactly.
Like, it's coming out on the 24th for Expedition 33.
Yeah. It's
so
just
like
announcing
it at the end of the month.
Yeah, announcing, but then, you know, giving a date. But like just shadow dropping it, I don't. My gut says that it feels strange to do that. But then Bethesda do that sort of thing. You know, maybe they feel like that this is a game that it would work for. I don't know. But I mean, it certainly sounds like it's 100% real and it's 100% coming at some point this year. So buckle up and let's see what happens.
It's funny, like Xtasis put out a video talking about it, and people are like, "Oh, Xtasis is saying it's happening too." It's like, it was just, I heard the word "grub" in there multiple times. Like, I'm pretty sure he was just, as he does, talking about the news.
Yeah. Speaking of other games that are coming out imminently, Doing the Dark Ages is due on May 15th. If you haven't watched our very impressive preview numbers, then go check it out. 200k views.
It is now number one. Now. Oh, 210k. It's the number one thing we've ever
If only
uploaded.
Every video we made did that. I was pleased to see the Blueprints review break 10,000. Like, that was like, yay.
It is still shocking how little money YouTube pays compared to websites. Like if the website had 210 grand, it would have been like 20 times as much money as Doom.
Crazy, huh? But I guess it costs a lot more to run YouTube than.
Oh yeah.
But yes, Doom is on the way. But as part of Microsoft's 50th anniversary birthday celebrations, Phil Spencer took an American show around the Xbox labs and into his office for a little chit chat. And there, lurking on the shelf, was an interesting looking controller that Jesse kind of spotted and was like, "Hey, what's this? What is this? What is it, Jesse?" It's a Doom controller, right? Like, we're pretty confident here.
It just looks like the Praetor suit, and I could not. So I spent an hour before writing it up. I spent a solid hour looking everywhere I could to see if anyone had ever posted this or anything. No, none of the image searches could find it. It looks like Design Lab with the way it's got the multicolored plastics, like different bumper on each side, different analog stick on each side. So I'm guessing the Design Lab, you get the shell and the back. Most likely, because it's got the green that wraps around to the back. So I would imagine at some point closer to its launch in May, there will be a Praetor suit-inspired Xbox Design Labs controller for to celebrate Doom: The Dark Ages coming out. Would be my guess.
Yeah, either that or it's not Design Labs. It's just, here's a straight-up Doom controller you can buy in the shops. Like,
they've been doing Design Labs and everything lately.
Well,
they get more money.
Great. Yeah, fair. It looks good. I like the look of it. I like the colors. I like the ridges and everything. It looks neato. I want one.
Someone said Ninja
Feel free
Turtles.
to send me one, Microsoft.
Like, Ninja Turtles wouldn't have a bunch of blood on it. No, we're not on that list, John.
It's not blood, mate. It's pizza sauce.
There was a really cool South of Midnight box they were sending to everyone.
I know. If we're not in America and we're not sponsored,
I'm in America.
We don't. No. Sorry, the company is based over here in Blighty. We don't get nothing. Yeah. You can't shill. Doesn't matter how much we shill.
I just want the Doom.
No
the Dark
Mega
Ages
Boost is going to get you some free stuff.
I want the Doom: The Dark Ages statue. Give it to me. I'll give you a 2. There, that's what people think actually happens.
Yeah, Metacritic. That'll be where it hurts. That will be clipped. Yeah, scratch. I really hate those grifters that clip us. And you know when you're talking about something like going to get clipped, like you, Abdul. I kid.
Well, also,
what else? What else?
we typically don't get those because we are on the press side, and it's more the influencer creator side that sends stuff out at certain levels. Microsoft will just send anything to anyone in the US, though.
Yeah, that's true. People are getting loads of marathon things from Bungie, which we'll talk about in a bit.
Yeah, we didn't get invited there.
No,
They didn't like my 7 out of 10 for the final shape. I was
Pete
right.
Parsons doesn't like us, right? So
you correctly pointed out that they were in fact looking to be bought.
How dare
you
I?
didn't get it right why, but they were looking to be bought.
Yeah. Austin T in the chat, could you not say you have an office in America? I'm not sure if it would make a difference. We do. It's Jesse's.
Yeah.
He's in it. He's in that office in America right now. That's XboxEra's US based office. I think there's a couple of things, and speaking candidly, the big difference between I guess like the UK is a much smaller country. It's still a very important market for Microsoft, but from a channel influencer perspective type, whatever world you want to category you want to slot us in, they also, I think, own or have a relationship with Xbox On, which is a much larger Xbox focused YouTube channel. Now they're not press, so they don't do reviews, but I would imagine that a lot of the pre-seeds and giveaway stuff is rightly going to go to where they're invested money into, right? So that's fine. But yeah, I mean, the thing for us is if most of the time, if Microsoft sent us stuff, like I'm not hugely one for keeping what I would define as tut, and I would usually just give it away, right? And that would be my kind of go-to. And I think that's where the frustration comes in. Is you see like insert influencer one here, and they probably don't play on Xbox, but they've got a big enough following that they'll get some free stuff, and they'll just do their job and go, here you go, and then they'll probably hook it on eBay. And it's like, I'd much rather see that stuff go to people that play on the platform, but that's just me.
It's also, there's so many people that are like, they get review code, and then the review is them talking about the game for like 2 to 3 minutes on Twitter. Like, man, weird world.
Oh, don't tell me about it. Yes, so fun. Next up, keeping in the Microsoft slant, a Minecraft movie sets records, making 301 million on the opening weekend. I think that actually has gone up to 368 or something like that. It ballooned a little bit.
They have consistently been wrong about everything with this movie.
Yes, it's doing very well. And I'm hearing like lots of stories about people being really knowledgeable of like certain phrases and sayings, and then just saying them out loud in the cinema. Like I've seen a lot of people.
It's the thing people always say they want, where it is a game. It's a movie that is just like you're in a friggin' Let's Play of the game, practically. Like you are literally walking through it. Like it's very devoted to its IP, because they know that the IP is one of the biggest on the planet, which is why it was always kind of stupid that people thought the movie wasn't going to do very well. But it's been a thing in gaming forever, where Minecraft is ignored, commensurate to how big it is. Like Minecraft is enormous, the best-selling game ever, and yet it's barely ever mentioned with anything.
It's barely mentioned in this bubble.
In our bubble,
channels and websites, that are completely devoted to it. Like I think our ad provider has a Minecraft kind of plugin. Like if we were a Minecraft focused website, we have a specific thing that we could plug into. Like that's how focused some places can be on it, and it does make bank. My kid, he's been playing it for years, and he's still obsessed with it. You should have heard him when he saw the Vibrant Visuals update, and I got it working for him on his Series S. He was like, it was like
we probably
second coming.
Should have covered how to do that, how to play the Vibrant Visuals update on Xbox right now, John.
What? All right, mate. All right, let's calm down. We're in the middle of a show. Yeah, just everybody cool your jets. But yeah, I'm gonna go take my kids. I think. I hope, if money is okay.
It always sucks when you pause on someone when they're in the middle of transitioning their face and it looks goofy.
It does look goofy. I'm gonna try and take my kids to see Minecraft movie this Saturday, so we'll report back with my verdict.
Becca has asked you to please do that, John. So right now, go.
What? How to turn on Vibrant Visuals?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Those
I
are the
will do
types
that.
of little guides that'll make more money than everything we've done ever before.
Yeah, it's fun facts while I pops into my brain. We did our first ever Patreon town hall, which is where the community could actually come and talk to us and chat and ask questions and kind of get an update on the business in terms of how we're doing and what our plans are. And but mostly we wanted to hear from you about what you want to see next. We went into it not knowing how that was going to be. And I'm pleased to say that the community showed up and made it a very good kind of hour and a half-ish conversation. If you're a Patreon member, that link is available on patreon.com/XboxEra. It's an unlisted video on our YouTube channel, so obviously please don't share it out. It's a very candid conversation where we've got people jumping on the microphones, writing in chat, and all of that sort of jazz. But one of the conversations was around guides. And there's been a lot of suggestions about setting up a guides section on the XboxEra forums and letting folks write guides for specific games. Now, the Discourse forum software that we use has a full-on wiki function. So if people wanted to, you could absolutely start building stuff out on the XboxEra forums. And if there are people watching or listening that are part of our community and want to spearhead that challenge, have at it. I would support such an endeavor because we just do not have the resources to do it ourselves. But community-driven guides, I am on board for this. So yeah, have a think. Let me know if that's you. Next up in news, as previously mentioned, Bungie have already invited tons of content creators and press, etc., to go hands-on with their new take on the extraction shooter genre and the bringing back to life of a 30-year-old franchise of Marathon, one of their original games when they first formed, that released on the Mac, I think, back in the day. Was it Apple?
I think so, yeah. You can play this on Xbox right now. Or not this, the old Marathon.
Yes, yeah, it did come because I think
another company ported it over.
But yeah, Marathon is getting a full-on gameplay reveal this weekend.
Not like this art style.
It's definitely divisive. I think it's quite fresh, but it's very yeah. Look, I never want to count Bungie out, right? Somehow they always, like when I first saw Destiny, I was like, and then I played it and I was like, ugh. But they saw enormous success. They've had Destiny 2. Is this going to be amazing? I don't know, but this is their next big push. And the only concern I have is I feel like the extraction genre is kind of over.
Already had its moment.
Yeah, it's already had its time in the sun. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to show off and how much life it has in it. Because as we all know, these live service games, they get announced, and then 6 months later, we're now shutting down the game.
The store page is already up on Xbox. It is coming. Still, they didn't pull Sony.
The preload is up.
Take it away. Preload is not up. The store page is up. You can preload the stub, but it's just a 300 file.
You can. Yeah,
preload. Like, people are going to think the actual game is there. Tom Henderson. Tom Henderson has poorly hinted, because people are like, "Oh, is there going to be any type of stealth drop right after this gameplay reveal on Saturday?" And Tom Henderson did his Shrek gif, and people are like, "Oh my god, the game's going to shadow drop." He's like, "Oh no, you're going to be able to sign up for an alpha."
Yeah.
And people hear the word alpha and are like, "It's coming out this year. How's it? It's coming out in 2027." It's like, no, it's fine. It'll be out this year. It might be in rough shape, but it'll be out this year.
I think PlayStation need it. So yeah, look forward to Bungie's next first-person shooter. Could be good.
It'll probably play really well at the very least.
At the very least, I would hope so. Next up, Zenless Zone Zero is coming to Xbox. Following a cheeky April Fool's Day tweet from these guys. Surprise, it actually is coming. This is the second Hoyoverse game, so I think Genshin Impact, that's headed to Xbox platforms. There's a whole spotlight on it next week on the 12th. Same day as the Bungie thing? I thought the gameplay reveal for Marathon was on the 12th.
It is.
No, there you go. Next week.
Was this I forget the exact date, but Zenless Zone Zero is another free-to-play. I don't even know what type of freaking game it is. It's got like a bunch of stuff in it. Like there's like brick breaking here. I don't know. I've had a hard time figuring out what the fuck Zenless Zone Zero is. It seems to be a lot of things, but in the end, character action, insanely high production values is kind of what it's famous for. Like it looks and sounds amazing, and people are like, "How is this free to play?" That's probably because it's monetized to hell and back, if I had to guess. But no, like it is. It's a really big game, and funnily enough, it's their third one. Honkai Star Rail came out in between Genshin Impact and Zenless Zone Zero, and Honkai Star Rail is a turn-based RPG, but that one supposedly might have had a 2-year exclusivity deal with Sony, so it couldn't come before this July.
Okay,
but yeah, this looks far more interesting to me than Genshin ever did. I tried playing Genshin. It's very Breath of the Wild inspired, and super fantasy. Ooh, this is more anime 1,000-year-old witches that look like they're 12 city. Ooh, different genres.
It's not my jam, suffice to say, but more power to you if it's your jam. So enjoy. It's coming.
Depending on why it's your jam.
Next up, if you recall, back in February, XboxEra exclusively reported that Modern Warfare 2 is coming back and was planned for a Game Pass release in either March or April, giving myself a little bit of breathing room because the schedules were so full. Not heard much since until today, where Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 were listed on an international Australian ratings board. Indeed, on the board, they are referred to as original releases with a registration date of April 3rd of this year and a production date of this year. So certainly sounds like something is going down. Will it still be in April? Will I be correct, or will I be lambasted if it's May the 1st? Who knows?
People are already calling you the new Ecstasis.
That's great, really.
No, yeah, because you're wrong.
No thanks.
He's been wrong a lot lately. Where's he said Crash Bandicoot 4 was definitely coming in February.
Guess we'll find out. But yes, this is this is not the remake, as I understand it. This is the original that re-released. It's an odd one. Will it include multiplayer though? That's the question I have. I would hope so. Otherwise, they'll be in real trouble. But we'll find out. We'll see what happens. In sad news, legendary World of Warcraft and Overwatch art director Bill Petras has passed away. This is a 22-year veteran at Blizzard who left, I think, in 2021. The news of Bill Petras' passing was shared by fellow developer Harley D. Huggins over on LinkedIn, who paid tribute to Bill Petras in an emotional post saying, "I'm writing to share some heartbreaking news. Bill Petras, a game development legend, has unexpectedly passed away. Billy was an amazingly gifted artist who worked at Blizzard Entertainment for almost 2 decades. He was immensely proud of the work he did there, most notably as art director for World of Warcraft and Overwatch. Billy and I started at Blizzard the same week, and we were close friends for 28 years. I will miss our regular, long, rambling conversations about life, game dev, games, art, comic book, toys, monster movies, and Conan. He will be deeply missed by me and all who knew him. The family is planning a celebration of life at a later date, and has included a couple of quotes here. To live in hearts we leave behind is not to die, Thomas Campbell. And I am Conan, and I am not afraid of death, Conan the Barbarian. And he finishes the post with, I love you, brother, rest in peace. Sad news. It's always heartbreaking when someone you love moves on, right? So hearts go out to everybody that knew Bill Petras. Thank you for the games. May you rest in peace. Next up, Ubisoft reportedly, this is an exclusive coming from Insider Gaming with the biggest journalist in the world, Mr. Tom Henderson. Ubisoft are working on a turn-based tactical Rainbow Six title. This one's are they? According to Henderson, the new release is several years away, but it's targeting current generations of consoles, so Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 5, and PC, and perhaps even the Nintendo Switch 2. Two sources, says Henderson, who have knowledge of the game, said that the camera is a top-down view, similar to Diablo 4 or XCOM, and would see the player take control of Rainbow Six Siege operators. If you want to get one source said, just watch some XCOM gameplay if you want to get an idea. I'd say it's an updated version of that with cinematic cutscenes and so on. Its gameplay loop was said to be similar to Rainbow Six Siege in a lot of ways, where the players would have to select different operators based on their skills to raid buildings and save hostages.
Probably lots of breaking through doors and lots of breaching.
I feel like that would translate well into an XCOM style game quite successfully.
Was that game Door Kickers? There's been games that were really focused on the best way to break into a room, which was so much of Rainbow Six, especially when the game was
Ready or Not.
Did you ever play the first Rainbow Six where you set all the points and everyone they just followed?
Yeah, the full on plan. Yeah, man. It's good times. Good times. Vegas
that was one of our first PC games. We had a actual GPU in our computer. It was like this big. Voodoo?
Yeah.
Voodoo
graphics cards, yeah. Rainbow Six Siege saw an update last month, I think, where they had an open beta for Siege X, which Ubisoft have touted as the biggest evolution Rainbow Six Siege has ever seen, as the game goes free to play with a bunch of new modes and stuff like that. So,
it's been around 10 years, that's the X.
Yeah, good for them.
Freaking crazy.
And then lastly, blimey, we hammered through those news topics.
I know, I told you it was too fast.
Marvel Rivals makes Emmra Frost into. You wrote this. I'm just reading this out, and I'm like, wait, I don't want to. According to Jesse, Marvel Rivals makes Emmra Frost
everyone on the
into
internet
a Thicc queen and hits 40 million players.
You've seen the.
Her
proportions are ridiculous.
Yeah, there she is. There's some big old thighs going on there.
Everything, like. And she seems very good as a character as well. It's a very fun game. It's a hard meta to remember because they are adding so many characters all the time. I think that was one of the things that really did help Overwatch's balance. But Marvel Rivals isn't about that. Marvel Rivals is about having fun being all these characters you've known forever. And so they are just adding characters like every month. She is from X-Men. She's never really looked like this before. But Marvel Rivals know what they like.
Yeah.
She can also kind of mind control people into walking towards her, and you can make them walk off cliffs. But yeah, that's Emmra Frost.
There she is. Oh, they jiggle when she stamps. Did you see that animation?
Yes.
That's an attention to detail that I admire. Okay.
You're going to see a lot of cosplayers retweeted by Shingi on Twitter over that, playing that character. And no, she didn't look anything. She was played by, God, I forget. She hasn't been in a ton of stuff, but she's like, even in the cartoon, she doesn't look like that. She has normal human proportions.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to spend the rest of this show hunting for other bits of news, but also calling out some fun things in the chat. Jesse Brother says Jesse's grey beard looks very much like Jack Black's.
He's got a similar amount of black.
Yeah, the badger stripes, mate. It's good. It's good. Cal's Els wants to know when we're launching Minecraft Era.
I don't know that anyone on the team plays it.
No, I don't think anybody does. What else have we got here? Vampire Survivors cross save has been cancelled for PlayStation 4, PS5. It's still coming to Xbox, PC, and iOS. Devs ran into legal trouble with Sony. Apparently, this is according to Gregor. I'd love to see a link for that one. That's a clickable console warriors type news post if ever I saw one. Where else have we got? Chaser _ says, John, will Project Kennen have ABXY font of the Xbox, or will it have the ROG style buttons? I bet you know. I don't. I've not seen that side of the device. I can't really say any more than that.
It's just on his Twitter. Here, I'll give you the link.
I will bet money that it does have Xbox style buttons. Though,
whole tweet thread.
That's the whole point.
Let's load up this tweet thread from Ponkel.
Yeah, let's have a look at this breaking news from Ponkel. What are they saying? Here we go. Ponkel says, those are the developers for Vampire Survivors. We're sorry to say we won't be able to bring the Vampire Survivors cross-save feature to PlayStation 4 and 5 alongside our next update. Last month, we told everyone that cross-save would be available on PlayStation 4, 5, PC, Xbox, Android, and iOS alongside our next free Versus update in April. But at the last minute, we've run into a legal issue on PlayStation we weren't aware of that requires us to share info on our partners that we're unable to do. The chances of cross-save coming to PlayStation consoles are now very slim, but not impossible. So we're going to keep working alongside PlayStation to resolve these problems. We're so sorry to build up any anticipation of this feature, only to change plans at the last minute. Cross-save will be available on PC, Xbox, Android, and iOS in the next few weeks, with the Nintendo Switch following at a later date, plus Apple Arcade if we can do so without breaching any privacy commitments. P.S. For anyone wanting cross-save to just unlock trophies, it's worth noting the PlayStation trophies are automatically disabled on a platform level for all games when using a save file on another platform. Wow. That's a bummer.
Platform X. The main thing you always end up hearing in the industry is Switch is the easiest to work on, Xbox the next, and everything around PlayStation can be a massive headache.
But they're the biggest platform, so.
Yep.
Austin T. Hey, John, when you really like a game, you should have a logo saying that says Sicko approved. So the Sickos thing was actually a bet among a lot of, again, without giving any spoilers whatsoever with regards to Blueprints, there were tiers of gated conversation relating to spoilers of how deep Blueprints goes. First tier, second tier, third tier. And I believe the third tier is frequently referred to as the real sickos, right? And then there was a bit of joking around, like people have got to put sickos in their reviews. So that's where it's come from. And I think it's mostly driven by Jason Schreier, to be honest with you, because he is one of those sickos. He's a puzzle sicko. Metal Oxide in the chat. Oh God, more sad news. Cult of the Lamb audio director Arianya Johnson, known as Riverboy, has passed away.
Yep.
Jeez. Why is the world so bloody miserable sometimes? Rest in peace. I think that's
most
everything.
of the time, but yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much everything. I haven't got anything else I can pull out of the bag. So yeah, I guess we'll call it a show. There you go.
That's the end of the
Succinct,
show.
less than an hour of video game news, condensed down and delivered straight into your ear holes. We will be back on Thursday with another episode of Headlines. I'm hoping to have some form of an impressions piece out on Commando's Origins by Friday-ish, if I'm a very lucky boy. And apparently we're doing an episode of Sick and Nick's Flicks, which is our movie-focused, exclusive to the Patreon members podcast with myself, Nick, and Jesse discussing movies and stuff. I think this week we're going to be diving into Heat. And what was the other one?
Mickey 17.
So, check it out. If you don't have access to Sick and Nick's Flicks, you just need to head over to patreon.com/XboxEra and pledge your support at the $6 tier and above. And you will have access to a back catalogue of around 18 episodes so far, I think.
Yep.
As we discuss lots of movies over a long period of time. Until we meet again, my dear friends, have a wonderful rest of your day, play some video games, and be good to each other. We'll see you in the Discord. And if you get your copy of Console Wars in the next couple of days, do tag us on Twitter. I want to see it. I want to see the joy. We'll catch you soon. Ciao for now.
Goodbye, everyone.
So you see, I've gotten this far Please give me some place to rage. I'm not trying to go there, so take me away. Life sometimes pisses me off. It's never a good trip for me. Every time I reach for love, it's taken away. Night, so I play. Give me a sign this is day. Give me some patience, so I pray. It's time to die. Is that what I want? There's nothing wrong wanting to be loved. Is there something wrong with me? For once in my life, I'd like to be really set free. Let me be